Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Connected Church News for leaders of nonprofits, churches, and faith-based organizations. I'm Natchi Lazarus, and this week we have news from WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. This is the show where we bring you the top 5 digital and social media news you need to know for this week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first news of this week is from Facebook. Earlier this week, Facebook's privacy and public policy team made an announcement that they are releasing a tool that will help Facebook users transfer their Facebook photos and videos to another service like Google Photos. So this, the team says, is part of giving portability of data to the users. Already your Facebook data can be downloaded by you, but now transferring photos and videos to another service can be really helpful, especially if you're contemplating deleting an account or even taking backup of all your photos, because over the years many of us have posted multiple videos and photos on Facebook, and it'll be nice to know what they are and also have a backup of all of them just in case you posted it directly without saving it in your computer. So I will link to it in the show notes. It's right now being released only in Ireland, but globally the company says it will be available by mid-2020. Our next news is about Twitter. Last week, Twitter rolled out their new feature that lets users hide replies to tweets. They rolled it out globally, and now you can, as a conversation starter, you can hide the replies to your tweet. This way it gives you more control over how people engage with your tweet and how they look at your tweet. It's interesting to see how Twitter has been constantly making user experience changes, UI and UX changes over the last few months to make it more interactive. It's encouraging because Twitter is a very influential platform, especially in the political space and also in policies and also triggering movements around the world. So how Twitter controls conversation and how it lets users control their conversation is very interesting to watch, and there's a lot of cue that other social media channels can take from Twitter. Our next news is about WhatsApp. WhatsApp has released an update for iPhone users with features including the ability to send message directly from a braille keyboard. And they have also added features like ability to control your group's privacy settings, where you control who can add you to groups. And most importantly, they have added call waiting facility, which means if you're on a WhatsApp call and you receive another call, then you can place it on hold and decline it and do all those regular things that you would do on a regular phone call. Now that can be done in a WhatsApp call. I know many ministries and nonprofits use WhatsApp for communication, cross-border, and even for regular work. So I think this is a useful feature. Definitely check it out. Update your iPhone WhatsApp app to get these features on your phone. Our next news is about TikTok. Last week, CNBC released an article about how doctors are using TikTok to reach out to teens and talk about important topics like birth control, vaping, and other health-related topics. Now, I wanted to bring this article to your notice because I know as nonprofits and ministries, there are many of you who are trying to reach teens and a certain age group and demographics, which is challenging on social media because their pattern of consuming content is very different. And this article showcases how doctors are able to do, certain doctors are able to do this very effectively using TikTok. So this has a lot of learning and interesting strategies that you can take a look at. I will link to the article in the show notes. Do have a look and see if you can use TikTok as a vehicle or a medium to reach this particular group of audience. Our final news of this week is about Instagram and how it's impacting a global generosity movement called Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a Tuesday that usually comes after the Thanksgiving weekend. And when you're watching this news, you would have just passed that Tuesday, so it's earlier this week and on December 3rd. And usually it has participation from millions of people around the world, and it's not just about giving money, but for 24 hours you can give various things like food, and you can show support to your cause and build community and so on. It's a very interesting program that lasts only for those 24 hours, And this article on Forbes talks about how Instagram and Instagram stories are impacting this in a big way with the donate button and so on. So I wanted to bring this to your notice so that you as a ministry, a nonprofit, can think about how to use social media for such drives, 24-hour drive, or when you raise funds for a certain period of time, how you can effectively use especially tools like Instagram stories. So do check out this article and see if this is something that you can apply to your ministry. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you like to dig deeper into any of the stories we talked about, we've got all the source links and details in our news page, natchi.net/news. Do check it out. I will see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, stay connected, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.